It's always about when do I get out. That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We are not in a bubble territory or anything of the sort. Measured against interest rates, stocks actually are on the cheap side.
Yeah, really cheap. Real cheap. I don't think so. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Stocks are not cheap. The stock market, after the 302-point rally, I said, listen, this is a feel-good rally. And I told my gang members, if the next day we don't get a big follow-through, that means there's no legs to the rally, and we didn't get that follow-through. Today, the market, again, is just stalled while investors are trying to decide what to do. These are... He's nuts when he says that. These stocks aren't overpriced. Of course they're overpriced. It's incredible to say they're not. And now we're going to have another rate hike, and we'll talk about that as well. But first, let's talk about what's going on with this thing with Sessions. It is driving me crazy. It really is. Regardless if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're an independent, you're a socialist Democrat, no matter what you are. How can you not recognize that double standard? I mean, this double standard is being applied to Attorney Sessions is unbelievable. Compared to former Attorney General Eric Holder, it's unbelievable. Holder was personally corrupt, who allowed the lawless Obama administration to be run like the mafia. And Holder always put Obama and politics above the law. Fast and furious. Boy, we don't hear Pelosi talking about, hey, he should resign after the Fast and Furious, or Schumer. We never heard that. Are you kidding? Holder was the only attorney general in history who was held in contempt by Congress for refusing to turn over documents in the Fast and Furious gun-running scandal. He sold guns illegally to Mexico. He got caught covering up. They covered it up. He was violating the Espionage Act and the Arms Export Control Act, and he was involved in numerous cover-ups, including lying to Congress. Again, putting politics above the law. And not once was he asked to resign. How about the Black Panthers? Black Panthers, are you kidding? Holder refused to indict the Black Panthers, who were caught trying to help Obama get elected. Illegally. They were suppressing votes. As people were going in to vote, they threatened them. They beat them. They said, you better vote for Obama. We know where you live. Not only did Holder not prosecute them, but he got caught. Holder got caught covering it up for them. Yet Pelosi, what did she say? Nothing. Or did Schumer? Never once called for Holder's resignation. What are you, nuts? What is going on here? This is far more serious than Sessions, whatever he did. This is crazy. Then you got Susan Rice.
What happened this week in Cairo, in Benghazi, and many other parts of the region
Tunisia, Khartoum,
was a direct result of a heinous and offensive video.
She lied about the video. Not just to us, not going on every Sunday program lying to us. She lied to Congress. She committed multiple crimes involved with Benghazi cover-up. She lied to Congress about the video. And yet, Holder refused to investigate. What are you, nuts? I didn't hear Pelosi or Schumer. Did you call for his resignation? Then you got Lois Lerner.
Because I'm asserting my right not to testify, I know that some people will assume that I've done something wrong. I have not. One of the basic functions of the Fifth Amendment is to protect innocent individuals, and that is the protection I'm invoking today.
Unbelievable. Lois Lerner. IRS scandal. Head of the tax-exempt division. Illegally targeted Tea Party and other conservative groups. Ruined people's lives. She lied to Congress. And she also violated numerous IRS laws, including the witness tampering law and multiple other counts. But Holder refused to investigate. But yet Pelosi and Schumer never called for Holder's resignation. What are you, nuts? Lerner, Lois Lerner, unbelievable. And then you had the head of the IRS.
Are you or are you not going to provide this committee the emails as indicated in this subpoena? Yes or no?
We have never said we wouldn't go.
I'm asking you yes or no.
We are going to respond to the subpoena.
No, sir.
Yes, we are going to respond to the subpoena.
So the head of the IRS worked with Holder, stonewalling the congressional investigation. Stonewalled it, breaking the law. Yet Pelosi and Schumer never asked for his resignation, Holder's resignation. You gotta be nuts. Then finally, my favorite, Clapper.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
You can misunderstand the question.
Wow. Did you hear Feinstein? Oh, you could misunderstand the question. Let's hear the question.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
So then Feinstein, when he lied in front of Congress, and then Feinstein said, oh, you could misunderstand the question. Oh, really? Misunderstand that question? Are you kidding? So, what happened? Now, Holder said he's not going to go prosecute. He's not going to go investigate. But again, Pelosi or Schumer never said a thing. Never. Wow. Now you have Sessions being asked by Al Franken this question.
And if there is any evidence that anyone affiliated with the Trump campaign communicated with the Russian government in the course of this campaign, what will you do?
Senator Franken, I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
Wow. So now Pelosi finally speaks up.
The fact that the Attorney General, the top cop in our country, lied under oath to the American people is grounds for him to resign.
Oh, but no grounds. Let's see. Oh, okay. Clapper. No problem there. Oh, he just misunderstood the question. If you take all those things that Holder didn't investigate, are you kidding me? What did Sessions do so wrong? Let me explain. He got set up. Al Franken Obama set up Sessions, knowing he would be going before Al Franken to be confirmed as Attorney General. They invited over to the White House, and by the way, the Russian ambassador, Serge Kislyak, his name is, 22 times. But this one time they brought him in, and they said, hey, listen, I think you need to meet with Sessions. He's on the Foreign Armed Service Committee, and I think it's important that you meet with him on the Hill at the Capitol. Would you do that? Sure. A perfect setup. So Sessions goes over with his staff to meet with the ambassador at the Hill. What a setup for the question that was waiting for him when he was being confirmed. A total setup. Incredible. What are you, nuts? We'll be right back, 15 past the hour.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market, the Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend. And Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Today, we didn't have our employment numbers come out. They're going to come out next Friday. There was a delay. They'll come out next Friday. But I have to chuckle when they have the employment numbers anyways, because think about it. A little silly, aren't they? We have 95 million people who are unemployed, but they don't count them. They don't count the 95 million. That's so to keep the unemployment rate at 5% or below. If you put the 95 million back in, which you should, then the unemployment rate would be the true unemployment rate, which is the same unemployment rate we had during the Depression, 18 to 20%. My thinking is we got to stop masking the truth. We're being told every time they have these numbers that we have an unemployment rate of less than 5%. That's a total lie. So people don't grasp, okay, what's really going on in the economy. And then you take the stock market and you print a whole bunch of free money to give to the CEOs to buy their own stock, to front load the stock market. Then you get the Federal Reserve, okay, out there buying bonds to push everybody out of the bond market and the stock market. Also, you got a 258% stock rally, not because of profits, not because the economy is growing, not because we're still stuck at about a $19 trillion economy. And 1.5%. We got to move it up to at least 30 trillion from 19 trillion. That'd be 3%, so that we can absorb these interest rates that we are now getting. Now, they're going to raise rates. And raising the rates are a problem. You got to understand when they raise rates what this means. It's the Federal Reserve, the private company, the private banking cartel of parasites. Now, they're going to raise rates. But here's the problem. We can't absorb the rate. This is going to mean the government is going to have to pay more money at a higher rate, and they can't afford it. But when you hear the rate hike, it's the Federal Reserve who is raising rates to their banks that they lend to. It's called short-term rate. So the Federal Reserve prints money and loans it to their member banks. When they do that, the problem is the yield on the 10-year Treasury goes up. That's the rate that affects your car loan, your mortgage. And for example, if you have a mortgage that's $237,000 and a 4.3% rate, and it goes up by 1%, your payment would increase by $138 a month. Now that's a lot, or $50,000 over the life of the loan. That's because the Treasury went up. Because when banks increased the loans to their own banks, then the Treasury rate goes up. And that's what's tied to your mortgage. Now, it doesn't sound like much, $138 a month, but if you're not making money, if you're not getting wage increases, and we haven't had wage increases in 30 years, but inflation keeps going up, everything else is going up for wages, that 138 makes a big difference. You also have your auto loan, a quarter point on your, say you got a car at $25,000, okay, that also makes a big difference. You're going to get a rate on your car. So 1 point is about $10-12 a month. About $10, 12 month. And you say, well, that's not much. Well, sure is, because most people who are making combined income, husband and wife, before taxes, let's say after taxes, about $40,000. That hurts. So now, and then also you got your credit cards are going to increase. Business loans are going to increase. Now that's okay if you're growing the economy from 1.5% to 3%, from 19 trillion to 30 trillion. Now that's okay, but we're not growing the economy. And that's why Trump is saying, I'm going to cut all these taxes for corporations so they will invest their money back into their businesses so that they can produce more. And when you produce more, the wages go up, people benefit, and they can absorb the new rate hike on their credit card or their mortgage or their auto. But that's not going to be for a long time. So this rate could take this market down big. This rate could take this market down. Now, good news, of the 217 million people, fewer than 2/3 are directly exposed to changes in what I just explained, the short-term rate. Now, all car loans in America have fixed interest rates, as do most of the mortgage, thank God. Everybody got killed with the floating rate. Remember that? Adjustable rates, name your own payment, all that. Well, finally, people are getting smart, and now they have most of them are fixed rates. So home equity lines of credit and credit cards are the main type of debt that have floating rates. And as a result, somewhere between 134 million and 137 million Americans have the potential to be affected directly by the rate hike that's coming. And they're not going to be able to absorb it because their wages haven't gone up. Of the 134 to 137 million people with floating rate credit products, like credit cards, so forth, you go buy furniture or whatever, only 87 to 92 million people will be directly affected by those kind of rate hikes. Now, so at the end of the day, that's about 43% of all borrowers who are going to be affected if you have a floating rate product. So now I know 90 million Americans are going to be exposed to this quarter rate change in the short rate. Short rate. Now the average increase in monthly payments should be about $6.50, and so again, it doesn't sound like much, okay, but again, when you're stretched and your wages aren't going up, you got inflation. But here's the real problem. When you get up to a full point, that's where the pain starts coming in. That's the real pain. And the real pain is the government. What they got to pay for interest increases. And when they don't grow the economy, that's when you start getting into a recession. So let's hope these plans that Trump has works. Next, when we come back, it's 28 past the hour, we'll talk about making some money with stocks. Take your call.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software, I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang Show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Today we open up the calls. I'll help you with your stock. I'll put it on my MV2 chart, my color-coded chart, and tell you if you should be adding to your position, if you should be buying, not buying. And it's a big help. That's my MV2. That's a color-coded chart, a beautiful chart. It's designed especially for people who say, I don't have time. I do not have time to do anything. Well, you better do something, because right now, if you look, the biggest problem we got is retirement. That's the big problem. Very few people are going to be able to retire comfortably, especially if you're in a 401k. Do you know there's 513,000 401ks, and you got about, I would say about 88 million people. Okay, that's about 88 million people with these 401ks. That's about $6 trillion they have invested. Now, on average, about 40% or 202,000 of the 513,000 employees have less than $10,000 in savings. These are employees between the ages of 28 and 40. Those between the ages of 45 and 55, $18,000. And those who reach $65,000 have about only $38,000. That's right. Because the 401k, they duped you. It was never ever designed to be take the place of the pension fund. We'll talk more about that later. But you can't make money with a 401k. So let me help you make some money. Here's the number. Call in right now, 855-745-7445, 855-745-7445. And if you do make money, please remember St. Jude. Okay, we got Art. How you doing, Art?
Hey, Phil, how's it going?
I'm doing good. Art, you got KEP, K-E-P, KEPSCO. Okay, and your question, Art?
Yeah, I just wanted to find out, I've already got some invested, but I was wondering when to add. I'm thinking like in the 19s, maybe upper 19s.
Yeah, it has a beautiful higher low. You can see that. You got money coming in. You can see that it's turned green. You got nice momentum. You're above that 33% line. And when she rallied from 1766 up to 1936, and then she pulled back to 1865. 1844. She's still green, beautiful. That's a higher low. Now what you do is be patient, and you know how we say on Friday, take some profits, and then when it gets back above 1936, start adding back to it. You got a nice chart here. Just be patient. It's green. As long as it's staying green, add above that 1936, and you'll have a nice investment. Okay.
All right. Thanks. Thanks,
All
Bill.
right. You're welcome. Look, what I was just describing, I'm looking at my chart. It's called the MV2 chart. And all we know about the MV2 chart, and all you need to know is what on earth are the big boys doing? What are the institutions doing? It's all about institutions. What are they doing? These are the big banks, the 9 biggest banks, the insurance companies. What are they doing? You don't need to know about market cap, trailing PA. The less you know about a stock, the better. You don't need to know all this stuff. You don't need to know book value. You don't need to know operating margins or returns. You don't need to know that, because the stock price, if you have a stock that's $80, the stock is not worth $80. We had a 258% rally, not because the company was doing well, not because they're selling more products or making more money, because the CEOs were going out buying the stock to push it up, because they could buy stock, borrow money for nothing, zero. So what they've done is put their company in big debt. And what they've done is made sure that the employees got screwed, because they weren't taking that money and pushing it back and plowing it back into the company for new machinery and technology so they could produce more, so the person's wages could go up. That's why we're in deep doo-doo. So what you got to do to make money, and if you're looking for retirement, and it's very hard to make money with a 401k because the fees are so terrible. The fees are ridiculous. They're crazy. So you got to have some way to do it. Now, to sit in front of a chart all day or listen to your broker's not going to help you. What the hell does he care? But you can learn to do it. It's easy. And it was designed so it doesn't take time. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to help this gentleman. He's a gang member, and there it is, KEP. So this is a very nice it's a very nice stock. So here's the number for him to call in, 855-745-7445. Okay. So 401ks aren't going to help you. I can help you, and you can help yourself. You got to start taking control. Everybody thinks, and they've got you to think this way, what they call group thinking. Just give your money to somebody. Put it in a 401k. Oh, and they're going to match you too. What a great, that match is a con job, by the way. You don't get that you lose. You got to be there for 5-6 years. And most employees, they know, don't make it to that 6th year. They move to another job. That is a con job. The other problem with your 401k, as they say, is the fees. And especially during the day, what they're doing is they're killing you. They're trading your stocks. They're burning and churning of them. $250 billion a day in fees that you don't know about that are being hidden in the net asset value of that mutual fund. The mutual fund is a con job. Remember, We never had a problem with the pensions. The problems with the 401k, when we shifted from a pension to 401k, we shifted from an expert pension fund manager who was taking care of your money to a buffoon. That's what happened. We got Tom. Tom, how are you, Tom? GDX.
Okay, pretty good, yeah. I have GDX. I still kept some shares long, but I also have a little short, so I'm trying to figure out in between what you think.
Well, right now on GDX, you got some short. You should be short with this right now,
Right.
because we had a great rally from around $19.15, and it stayed green right up to about $24, and that was a good gain. About 25% gain right there. So even if you got 10% or 15%, the minute it turned red, that was where you should have taken your money and shorted it. So now it's still a short.
Okay, and where would I add to the short? At about what number you think?
Well, right now,
As long as it makes lows?
Yeah, if it makes another new low, right? Yeah. Anytime that turns red, and you're crossing over that 80% line we talk about all the time,
right?
Go right to your short. Don't hold on to it, because it's telling you the institutions are leaving, and when the institutions leave, you can't bet against them. You can't bet against them. Okay?
Thank you, Phil.
No, you're more than welcome. Yeah. Again, the hardest, the MV2 chart is a wonderful thing because it doesn't take any time to learn how to use it. And the other thing, you don't have to know anything about the stock, and it's just purely called momentum. It's all momentum investing. And what you're doing is you're just following Vanguard, and you're following T. Rowe Price and Bank of New York, all the big boys. And the technology that I put together is so that we can see they going into a specific stock, and then when you get enough money, sometimes it'll go up and it's red. Sometimes the stock will be at $19 and it doesn't turn green into 25. Now that's good news, because from 19 to 25 it's warning you, don't get in. While other people are getting in, some broker is telling them to get in, and the chart is telling, yeah, it's going up, but it hasn't turned green yet, which means the institutions, the insurance companies, all the banks they're not putting enough money in it yet. Don't get caught. It's so easy to use. Your kids, you got to get your kids to learn how to use it, because it does work. It really does. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Join the gang. Join the gang. And I'm telling you, this does work, and it will help you. These interest rates that are going up, you got to be prepared to understand these rates are going to take this market down, because Trump is not going to be able to grow the economy as quickly as he needs. So this chart tells you when to get out, and you can make money as the stock goes down. Call now, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 4 weeks. I'll reach out to you. You reach back to St. Jude. What a good deal.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MD1, making lots of profit.
I love the chart. You know, unlimited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And economic developments since mid-2016 have reinforced the committee's confidence that the economy is on track to achieve our statutory goals. Job gains have remained quite solid, and the unemployment rate at 4.8% in January is now in line with the median of FOMC participants' estimates of its longer-run normal level. Our monetary policy must be risk-sensitive. Because the outlook is uncertain, we must assess appropriate policy with an eye toward the risk that our expectations about the economy could turn out to be significantly wrong.
Here's what they're saying. We may screw up with this rate hike because rate hikes kill the stock market, because the market has been front-loaded and going up 258% without earnings, without the economy growing. The economy didn't grow. We're still, the size of our economy is still $19 trillion in 2008. It's $19 trillion now. And so the stock market went up. It was all fake because we printed money. We, the gangsters, the parasites who own this private company called the Federal Reserve, which is nothing but a banking cartel for George Soros and Jamie Dimon and about 200 other rich people. And we made a fortune, man, because all we did is we just took all that money and printed it. And we gave it to CEOs and said, go out and just buy all your stock, and we'll buy your stock so we can make a fortune. And they did $6 trillion, while the average person on Main Street The average person on Main Street, their net worth went down $5,000. That's 10% if your income is $50,000 combined income. This woman's nuts. They got to dissolve this Federal Reserve. It's a killer. So she is saying, I may be wrong. And she is wrong. I mean, let me tell you why she is wrong. Because they did not raise these rates quick enough. That's the problem. They didn't raise them. Think about this. We had 35 rate hikes in the 70s, 28 in the 1980s, 11 in the 1990s, and 20 in 2000, and none after that, except 2 in 10 years. Why? Why is it important to raise rates? The function of the Federal Reserve is simple. And this is why I've designed charts, and I buy based on charts, not on nonsense, not on fundamentals, not on some stupid story like this here.
Time for the final trade. Yes, Goldard, the MLP kind, GMLP. Hasn't traded great recently, but I think it's still good. I like it right here.
Oh, she likes it right there. Really? You like it right there? Then how come the big institutions took the money out? Why is it all red? Why has it just dropped 4%? Bam, like that. Oh, see? So somebody's going to hear her and say, oh, I think I'm going to buy that stock. She's on TV. She's got to be smart. I'm going to buy that stock. They call their broker, buy the stock. And they don't know that the institutions are pulling the money out. And then this person who buys it will never go back to the stock market, say the stock market's crooked, it stinks, it's no good, I'm gone. Oh, really? Where else are you going to make your money? Where are you going to make money? You're going to make it with your 401k when they steal $250 billion a day from you by hiding your fees? And the fees, just a 1% fee, takes 30% of your savings? 1% takes 30%. So look, the guy who started the 401k, I forget his name, I think it's Penn. Ted Brenner, Ted Brenner, he even says, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to be associated with these 401ks. 72.3% of those who have a 401k never made money. They always give it back. Let me give it to you again. If you get caught in this rally and you were lucky and you were in this big 258% rally and you were one of the lucky ones, 72% of the people who made money in this rally in the 401ks will always give it back. They'll give it back because nobody's going to tell you when to get out. And that's why even if you own a 401k, you should sign up for my chart so it tells you when to get out, for God's sakes. Are you kidding? $29 a month to know when to get out? I think that's worth it. But the point is that stocks are forward-looking. So when they give you all these stories and the stock market moves up, it's because the story they're giving you, they're saying in the future, we're going to have tax cuts, because of that, we're going to have earnings growth, we're going to have dividend payouts and volatility. Those are the 5 things that the market wants to hear. And that's what they're hearing from President Trump. And so the stock market is moving up. It's moving up on the future. Listen to this. This tells it all.
Wall Street can be deceiving. Well, I think Wall Street is distinctly different than every other part of the economy because Wall Street, in the end, deals in fantasies. They trade in the promise.
Right.
And when the trading and the promises get completely out of hand, and Wall Street is really just dealing in phantoms, that's where the danger comes.
And that's where we're going now. Not that Trump is he believes in what he's saying. Everything he says he's going to do, if they would let him do it and do it in a timely manner, they won't even let him they won't even approve his cabinet. Look how long it's taken to approve his cabinet. You think they're going to approve the debt ceiling? Do you think they're going to approve the changes and Obama didn't care? It's going to be a year and a half before we see anything. So now everything he's saying, and because the market is forward looking and everybody is buying, and the market keeps going up, and it went up 12% since the election day because they're saying, the investors saying, wow, that means I'm going to buy stocks because of the tax cuts in the future. Earnings growth is going to be better in the future. Dividend payouts are going to be better in the future, and volatility is going to be better in the future. So I'm going to buy it now for the future. Well, don't you need to know if it's not working? When it stops working? When it's not going to happen? When it's a fantasy? Don't you want to know when it's a fantasy? So you make money on the way up. Just like they said, 72.3% of people in 401ks make money. But they give it back. 72% give the money they made back because they don't know when the hell to get out. And that's why I beg you, join the gang, work with me for 4 weeks, and I will help you, and I'll show you this chart and work with you on this chart. Matter of fact, right now we're working together on these stocks right now. Johnson & Johnson, UNG, that's gas, UNG, okay, that's natural gas. What a beautiful, so again, this thing has been beaten down like 80%. So we're going to catch this right off the bat. And once it starts turning green and we have a go, this is a great stock. We're going to follow it. And then the next one we're going to be following is Intel. That's another little company, INTL. Okay, it's not the semiconductor, okay, Intel. It's Factstone Incorporated. See, I don't even know anything about the company. I don't want to know anything about the company. But I do know this. Institutions started to put money into this stock, and it's turning green. After it got killed, it's turning green. So you join the gang today, and then you follow along with me every day, UNG, INTL, and also JWN. So follow me, those 3 stocks, every day. When you say I don't have time, you mean to tell me you don't have time just to come to my site for 3 stocks where you look at screen and I tell you, okay, add to your position, don't add to your position, take your profits. You don't have a minute a day? How much time do you spend watching football games? How many times do you spend doing whatever you do? I mean, give me a break. When you become 45, 55, and you look and say, oh my God, how am I going to retire? I'm going to have to work till I'm dead. How many people are sitting out there saying, I'm going to work till I'm dead? You know, I just wish I could take the people who are 38 years old, and I could take the brains of the people who are 58, 60, going towards retirement, and take their brains and put it in the head of a 32-year-old, a 38-year-old, even a 48-year-old. So they get it. They think they're invincible. At 32, at 28, 32, 48, you never think about retirement. You think you'll never get old again. You don't think you're going to reach that point. So you don't do a damn thing. So what do? You buy spinners for your car wheels. And then you buy a pit bull with a chain and put them on the back of the Jeep to look cool, man. There's my pit bull. Don't get near my cool Jeep. And then by the time you start hitting, you're no longer 28. You're no longer 30. All of a sudden, you're 48. Now you're 50. And like, wouldn't it buy like that? And you go, how much do I have in my savings? Oh, man, I'm getting scared. If I could just get to that age group. I'm not saying I can't help the people who are in their 60s. I'm not saying that at all. But that's kind of late to get started, isn't it? I'll do what I can for you. Join my gang. Okay, and all you young, invincible people who think you got plenty of time to make money, it doesn't happen that way. Join my gang now. Let me help you. Let me get you this chart. 877-600-GANG.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.